I'm about to walk you through an entire guide for how you can get your very first conversational voice AI agency client. And just some context about me, I scaled a voice AI agency to 30,000 a month within just 3 months years ago. And now I run a conversational voice AI software company to help other agencies give the best technology to their clients and to provide technology directly to our own clients. And so, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, what is a voice AI agency? Just in case you don't know, I'm going to run through it really quick. A voice AI agency is when you sell technology that is basically an AI, okay? And just bear with me with these drawings. I'm not an artist. I'm a tech guy. At least not yet. I'm not an artist. Okay, so it's a robot that has a phone, basically, and it can make calls outbound or take inbound customer service calls for sales or customer service for companies. And so conversational voice AI allows businesses to not have to hire, cold callers and customer service reps, or at least to be able to promote them. That way AI can do all the first level and, basic calling and everything like that. And so it saves businesses a lot of time, obviously, because they don't have to train those teams to do the low level customer service and sales tasks. It saves them money because they don't need to hire those people. They don't need to train those people. They don't need to manage those people because they just have an AI doing it. And it also makes their life a whole lot easier because they don't have to manage the whole process. And so this technology is extremely powerful for businesses of pretty much all types, because almost all businesses use a phone system for sales and customer service. And so AI can help with that. Now, the first way that you should be focusing on to get clients when you're first beginning is not ads. Okay, like ads are cool. Let's call these ads. There's organic content. That's cool. Okay, all good. There's affiliates where you have other people doing this for you and selling for you. Cool. But the number one thing that you should be doing when you first start is direct outreach. That's it. And I'm going to explain why and how you should go about doing it right now. So the reason I say direct outreach is how you should start is not because it's the best method, nor because it's the most scalable method at all. It's neither of those things. It's one of the worst methods. The reason that you should do it when you're first starting is because it teaches you so much about how to actually sell the product. You will not be able to create good ads. You will not be able to create good organic content. You won't be able to do anything right, even if you may think that you can, until you do direct outreach and talk directly with your ideal customer. I learned this firsthand. And so before you go about any content or anything like that, literally the first thing you should do is start going online, search local businesses in your area, because you don't want to be going after these huge companies. You're just starting a little agency right now, right? So go local businesses in your area. You can search these local businesses on Google Maps or like anywhere. You do not need a whole list because you're not going to be using AI to do this part of the process, because again, you need to be in the weeds doing the direct outreach for weeks until you master the pitch and until you've made some revenue. Then you can come back up here and try ads and hire people and do organic content, everything like that and more. But it has to be after the outreach. This is very, very important. I want to make it really clear. So how are you going to do this? The first step is you yourself are going to pick up the phone and call those damn leads, okay? Because you need to know how to pitch them. After you've called them, if they're even a little bit interested, they didn't completely tell you, hell no, I don't want this, you're then going to send them an email. After you've sent them an email, you're going to reach out to their owner on LinkedIn and on Instagram if you have it and if your Instagram is optimized, okay? So now you've hit them in all kinds of places. Once you've done this with one local business, you go in with another local business over and over and over. If you want to know what the best niches are to go after, I'll put a video right up on top right now. But once you found a good niche and you have a local business, this is what you do. The cold calls will be by far the most useful thing here because they will really teach you the pitch, but all of these other things can actually help you make that money. Once you've done this enough, you'll actually start booking some meetings. And the way you want to do these is first, you want to be on either Zoom or Google Meet or, Teams. I like Zoom. It's easy. Google Meet's probably less expensive, so you might want to start there. You get on this call. You invite them with a Google Calendar invite or whatever it is. Once you're on the call with them, here's the process you're going to go through in order to actually close that deal. Because all this is really just to book an appointment. You're selling them on getting an appointment with you. You're not selling them on the product. You're selling them on just booking an appointment because you're going to show them something cool. On the appointment, you have to deliver on that. So first things first, you're going to ask questions, okay? Because you need to understand their business really, really well. I see a lot of people, they'll do all this outreach, they'll do really good. They'll get on a Zoom or Google Meet with somebody, and then they'll go straight into pitching their product. Don't do that, please. Nobody's going to buy from you if you don't understand them, because they know that if you understand them, you're just trying to make a sale. You don't actually care. This is like really, really important. Again, like you wouldn't take advice from some random homeless guy on the street. If that homeless guy spoke to you for 4 hours and understood everything about you and then gave you a piece of wisdom, and I call it wisdom now because they know about you, you would probably take that regardless of who they are, even if you have no trust in them. If they spoke to you for that long, they really understood you, you'd probably still take some of their advice. Hopefully that was a good example, but it can apply to really anything. So anyways, if somebody asks you a question, you are way more likely to then want to take advice from them because you know they understand the situation better. You should buy this product is a piece of advice. I think that's a better way of explaining it. Okay, cool. So you ask them a lot of questions. The questions about what their revenue is like. How many employees do they have? How much time are they spending on making these calls? How many calls are they making? How long are these calls? What percentage of calls are being picked up? These are just a list of questions that you can make or ask AI to make for you. Once you've asked them a lot of questions, the next step is to show them a demo. So I don't know why I put a money sign there. It's just natural for me. So the reason you show them a demo is because this is the cool thing that got them on the call in the first place. If they got on a call with you, it's because they wanted to see what this AI actually sounds like. We do this on every single one of our calls. We always show a demo. That means they get to call the AI for themselves and talk to it for themselves, or we call them with AI and they talk to it for themselves. If they don't do this, they're not going to want it. They're not going to buy it. They're going to think it's some random robot, and they don't really think, they're not going to think it's cool. They want to do this always. Once you've done the demo and you've asked them a lot of questions, if they like the demo, okay, now it's your time to ask. Because you've asked them a lot of questions. You understand them super well. You've showed them a demo. You've explained how it can help them through the demo. Now they understand what it can do, and they understand you understand them. So now what's the next step? The next step is just price. It's like, hey, you know what I can do for you. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z using this technology. I know all about you, so I know what it can do for you. And if it can 10x your business, I'm using that completely random. It's not going to 10x your business. If it can 10x your business, then I'm going to charge you 2x your business price. Okay? Those are random made up numbers. I want to be clear. Don't do that. Then I'm going to charge you 2x your business price. That means that you're still going to see an 8x return there. And they're going to say, okay, or they're going to say no. If they say, okay, well then, you send a payment link and you made money. Good job. If they say, nah, that doesn't sound good enough, well, now you go into objection handling, aka closing. This handwriting is not ideal, but you understand the point. This is a whole nother video, many videos actually, so I'm not going to go into it right now, but I think you understand the general point. Now, once you've done this process, this entire process, you've researched local businesses, you've called them, you've emailed them, you've gotten them on LinkedIn, gotten them on Instagram, you've tested your pitch, you've had a meeting, you've showed them a demo, you've given them the price, you've closed the deal. Once you've done that and you've collected around $5,000, meaning you've probably done this between 1 and 3 times, that is when and only when you come all the way back up here and you start on ads and organic content. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that your ads and organic content can be fueled by the clients you've already closed. So not only do you now have money to put into these things, not only do you understand your pitch so much better, but you also can actually use the clients that you have and the closes that you have to fuel these things. What I mean by that is you can literally record your meeting with somebody when you close them and make that an organic content piece. You can take the agent you've built for them, turn it into a live demo of that agent and throw it on an ad and say, hey, if you guys also want this, click the link down below. You can actually get a testimonial from that person and do an entire case study and use that for both. So if you can just get 1 to 3 clients and get a little bit of cash and understand the pitch really well, all of those things come from direct outreach quickly. You can then reinvest that money into something that's higher leverage. Because with just yourself doing direct outreach, you're obviously not going to hit $30,000 a month, let alone $50,000, $80,000, $100,000, etc. However, you can either, of course, scale that outreach to other people, or you can then reinvest that money in something that's higher leverage once you've mastered the direct outreach. I can't stress this enough. This comes first. This is number one, okay? So to run you through it one more time, you search businesses up, local businesses on Google Maps, you cold call them. You then email them, LinkedIn outreach, and then Instagram outreach. This sounds super, super simple, but nobody does it. So you just have to do it. Doing it is way harder than me explaining how to do it. I understand that, but it doesn't matter. You still have to do it hundreds of times a week. Okay, then you get on a Zoom meeting or Google Meet. Then you ask, you show the demo, you give the price, you handle the objections. You make some money. You then repeat this until you have several grand to work with. You've mastered the pitch. You're really confident in it. And you have some case studies or some demos or something you can use for content. You then start with the content, and you can even hire others to continue the outreach. That is how to scale past the first client. And direct outreach is how you should be getting that first client every single time. Now, once you've gotten the client, you're like, what do I do? How do I fulfill on this person? Well, that is where I'm going to write this out so I don't misspell it with my handwriting. That is where Nova Echo comes in. Nova Echo is the most advanced conversational voice AI platform in the world. And Nova Echo is actually partnering right now with agencies just like you who may not have a lot of money or a lot of experience, but work hard and have potential. So if you want to get access to the best technology in the world for this, and if you want coaching with building agents and everything like that, literally for free, then reach out to Nova Echo. The link in the description down below. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next